Strangers on a Train is quite a sweet episode of Arthur, but it begs the question, if you found somebody's diary, would you read it? I'd like to think I wouldn't, but I understand that the temptation would be pretty strong. This is the second segment in the fifth episode of the 11th season of Arthur, and this focuses on Sue Ellen, who I love. She's on the train to Crown City with her mother, and she's a little bit downhearted because the train's not the glitz and glam that she was expecting it to be, and it also seems like there are no other children on board to keep her occupied. But then she finds this diary, and she begins to read it, and she makes the decision that this must be the diary of a girl about her age. And she goes off to try and find this girl. But not everything is as it seems, and there's a big mystery surrounding this. I won't go into too much detail. I obviously don't want to spoil too much of what the actual mystery is, or indeed how it was resolved. But I thought it was very well done. A great use of space as well. Obviously, the majority of this takes place on the train, which could have been quite limiting. But Sue Ellen manages to travel quite a distance on the train. The train had a water fountain. Is that a common thing? I was impressed by that. Don't think I've ever seen a water fountain on a train. There's this one beautiful bit of time lapse where we see the train and various passengers over the years, and I thought that was beautifully done, really effective. We get to see the Arthur style of animation with costumes from different time periods, which I quite enjoyed. The mystery element I thought made a lot of sense. It didn't feel too forced. I think it was quite a fun story, and Sue Ellen was the perfect character for this to work with. I think Fern, it could have also worked well with Fern. Fern being a writer, having a very active imagination, but we know Sue Ellen does keep a journal. The only thing I will say is that the writer of this journal I don't necessarily know how much they wrote in it. It's often the case with these TV shows. They'll open the diary, and like the first entry will be from quite a while back, and then there'll be an entry in the present day. It's like, how have you had the same journal for that many years? For these prolific journalers or diarists, they don't go through that much paper. That's a complete irrelevant point. It didn't hinder my enjoyment of this. I really liked the episode. Definitely one that I really enjoyed.